2 hours ago. Yeah, what they started doing. You see here, barely under 2 hours. Barely under 2 hours. Joseph Boakai is in the state. You see why they posted here just in 2 hours? Oh, I support Joseph Boakai. They put his smiling picture here. But this is the reality here of this old man struggling to make every day end. But they posting the picture there on Facebook and telling the people that, oh, we support Joseph Boakai. You see how these guys are very, they don't care about the old man well-being, folks. These guys don't care about them about that old man. They ain't give a damn about the old man. They not start posting picture. And I told you the last time. Remember what I told you guys the last time? That whenever they get busted, they'll go and bring different picture. That's what they started to do now. That's what they started to do. I mean, they're starting to do. That's what they're starting to do. These guys will damage that country, the people mind. They will damage the people mind. And somebody has got them on the plane, they came back now. You think they care for the people who are there? To even tell their own partisan that this man got sick, he was taken to the hospital. They cannot do it to the people, folks. They can't do it to the people. Or they can't do it for them. For them to even tell the people, they don't want to do it. Here the video here. Here is the video here, folks. If you missed the video today, please, I had it on StreamYard today. Watch the video here today. Was in Liberia. Go and watch the video today. All right? Go and watch the video after anytime today, tomorrow. Go and watch the video here. You will listen to the people calling from Liberia. They want to make their case. But when I ask them, have you seen Joseph Boakai's recent photo? No. Pictures speak 1,000 words, right? Yes, it does. Pictures speak 1,000 words. When they see those photos, their mind of Joseph Boakai will change. But they know by the people seeing those photos, they know by them telling the people about Joseph Boakai's condition, it will be a serious blow to the Unity Party. And you get imagine Joseph Boakai himself is over there, fellow Liberians. The man is over there. And you see the condition he's in. So why Joe Boakai cannot even tell the people, say, look, I can't make it anymore. I can't make it anymore. But he just continuously just using himself, allowing people to use him. Look at Joe Boakai here when he was the Joe Boakai that many people knew back in the days. All right? Look at Joe Boakai here. This is the Joe Boakai that many people knew. But the man is aging. He's getting older. So why can't he guys find somebody among themselves and say, you know what? We are tired. Let's bring somebody young. This is the Joe Boakai here. But they don't want to do it. They are not willing to do anything but to use that old man, folks. But he brought it on himself. He brought it on himself. Yes. You think they didn't know that Joe Boakai ain't work for anything? They know. Listen to them here. Listen here.
Joe Boakai has no fresh ideas. Joe Boakai is not able to run this country. He's a dead man walking. He's a dead man walking. And I cannot support a dead man walking. I will not support wicked Nukwe, the people who raise the budget on you, the people who raise, taxes on you, on water, on essential commodities. They raise taxes on you. And some of you support these people. They have destroyed your lives. And come on. What is it with some of you people? I will not change. The people will cry in this country. They will not have food to eat. Nothing will change. God forbid, if Emmanuel Nukwu and Joe Boakai won the presidency and the vice presidency, nothing will change. They're not going to cut their salaries. They're not going to reduce the budget. They're not going to. I'm not going to suffer, because they're already reaching out to me now. They're already reaching out to me now.
You think he's lying about that? You think he's lying about that? As old as that video is, he's not lying. The old man was still in the hospital. The man left that country and came here. And they will still be reaching out to him. So in how much the video look very old, the content, the message in that video is what you need to focus on. Not the age of the video, but the information in that video that he just provided for you is the truth. It is the constant variable in that video. Forget about how old it is. As long as you can understand what he's saying, that is the message. He was on that ground, you saw him there. You think if that was his dad, his father, you think he would get on the plane to come back here? No. They are CEO, real CEO. I'm talking about a lot of good for nothing, Burlington Gada, or whatever it says CEO. And when I talk about CEO, I'm talking about the white people CEO. I'm not talking about Liberian man CEO because that by your CEO that you fucked up. I'm talking about the real white man, the black American, the Liberian, well-rounded CEO. They are Liberian CEO. I'm talking about the good for nothing coming CEO because you're another fucked up guy too. All right? So they are more, we'll start with the white people, we'll start with the African American, we'll start with the Indians, then we'll come to the Nigerians, then we'll look among the few Liberian there. The real CEO, when something happen, they will be over there. I'm talking about it for my phone one, I will call them for my phone. Yo CEO, then they fucked up. I'm not talking about them. A real CEO or whoever that person is, if that was their father, they would say, I'm not going until I see how well my father is. Whether it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Today is the last holiday in the 2023 vacation season in America. So that means we are wrapping up our summer. We are getting ready for our autumn, and then we'll go into our fall. So today is considered to be Labor Day. It's the day that people work hard, and the government of the United States decided to give people a break to stay home and at least enjoy the last remaining time of summer, because very soon we'll be getting back to work, and we're going to be working throughout the autumn, the fall, and then of course the winter season, and then we'll come back here. But what we want to do here today is to be able to bring for you again another beautiful presentation. All right, beautiful presentation. Today we're going to focus on Joseph Boakai. Yes, we want to focus on Joseph Boakai. I want to ask you this question here, folks. I want to ask you this question. All right. Before I ask you this question, let's go to a video so that way we can start the foundation of the discussion here today. All right. And we want to ask this question to Joe Boakai, but before we go to that, let us listen to Joe Boakai here and make some sense out of the question I'm going to ask you. Remember, I often tell you guys that this election in Liberia should be an eye-opener, should be a lesson learned from things that we have missed in the past. And I'm seeing that most of these guys who are on the different platforms, they are not really helping our brothers and sisters to really give them the knowledge to understand what it actually means to participate in an election. I don't see them doing those things, which to me is a very sad story and a very sad day for many of us here, because at this time of our generation and the age of our country, we should be on top of our game with information dissemination. But I don't think we are doing that, and that is the problem that I think we have. And on the platform, we do the best we can to be able to discuss those things with you guys. So we have a very important question for Joe Boakai. But before we go into that important question, I want you to go through the tape. You see, for every time you see a video clip that I show you, never think that that one video clip will not come back again. No, because for every discussion that I bring out, there is something always that you need to listen to. So let us listen to the video clip. When we come back, we will make few announcements, and then from there we'll get into the discussion. All right. So let's get ready with the video and let's jump into it right now. Joseph Boakai is coming on.
Part of the delegation that signed a $257 million Millennium Challenge Corporation compact at the U.S. State Department. He said part of the money will be used on infrastructure projects such as electricity and roads, which is key to Liberia's development. He added that the compact is very significant because it is also about
governance, and it does underscore the fact that we are trying to do our best to put the right institutions into place.
Critics, however, express doubts that this will solve Liberia's electricity problem that has persisted for decades. Mr. Boakai argues that Liberia's problem did not just start 10 years ago.
We inherited that problem, and it's not that we are not doing anything about it. Just about the time the hydro project was to commence, that's when the Ebola fell, and everybody left the country. There are other facilities put into place, like the HFO machines that are put into place that will be able to provide more than 40 megawatts of electricity. So electricity is on the go.
As Liberia enters a post-Ebola era, Mr. Boakai says care centers are in place to monitor people recovering from the deadly virus.
We are putting into place the infrastructure necessary to contain the situation and also to make sure that Liberians do not go through this, not just for Ebola, but epidemic in general. So the basic infrastructure for the prevention and also the immediate arrest of Ebola and the recoveries, that's what we're doing now.
Boakai stresses that the investment climate in Liberia is gradually starting to recover as the country enters this post-Ebola period.
Liberia had a sizable investment in the country pre to Ebola. Since then, we've seen a lot of these investors coming back in the agriculture sector, the oil palm industry, and the activities have recommenced, and I am aware that in the agriculture and the mining sector, things are going on.
And as the Western African country moves forward, there is a call to limit the length of presidential terms.
I believe Liberians will have to rethink. We are not America. We are not superpower. Liberians and African countries should consider themselves as countries that are still trying to build. Our people need to understand who we are and the challenges we have.
Mr. Boakai explained that rebuilding the country's infrastructure is a lengthy process and one that may often extend beyond a presidential term. The Liberian vice president also announced that he will run for the top seat to succeed President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf during the 2017 presidential elections. He said he is running on Sirleaf government's record that includes peace, infrastructure development, and freedom of the press. This is Zoe Liudaki for Africa 54.
What did you hear at the very end of the lady narrative? What did you hear her say when she mentioned that Joe Boakai have decided to run in the 2017 election? What did you hear the lady say? Let's go back again, folks. Let's go back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to every one of you guys. This platform is about education. This platform is about research. This platform is about holding people accountable. I'm not in the business of entertaining you. I don't provide political entertainment. I don't provide political gossip. I provide political information that support facts, that challenge what people are doing. The question we have for you today, why? That's the first question. Why Joe Boakai? I wrote the question here myself. This is my own writing here. I wrote the question here myself. Right here. There go my question there. Question number one. Why Joe Boakai is not running on he and Ellen record? Question number one. Let me backtrack the video. I want you to listen to this lady. I want you to listen. Right? I want you to listen. I want you to listen to this lady. And please pay attention. When she says Joe Boakai is planning to run, make sure you pay attention, because there's a few seconds in between what she says, something very important, and I think we're going to expand on today. So let's listen to her again, folks. Listen and listen very good. Matter of fact, let me just reduce this thing here so I cannot be the face of what I'm trying to put here. So let me just bring this image up. Right. Ready? Let's go. Listen to the lady again.
Said he is running on Sirleaf government's record that includes peace, infrastructure development.
What did you hear Joe Boakai say, folks? Let's go by it again. Let's go by it again. Let's see again. What did you hear the lady say about Joe Boakai? Listen again.
He said he is running on Sirleaf government's record that includes peace, infrastructure.
What did he say again, folks? I want you guys to write for me. What did you hear just now? What did you hear just now? Let's go by again. Let's go by again. Let's go by again. Let's go by again.
During the
Please write for me.
2017 presidential elections. He said he is running on Sirleaf government's record that includes peace, infrastructure development, and freedom of the press.
What did he say that again, folks? What did he say? I want to see the writing. If you hear on YouTube, please, come on, guys. We are engaging you guys. We are engaging you guys. I want the platform to be participatory, inter-knowledge exchange. He is running on peace. Yes. But before the peace, Emily, there's something else he said. Catch it again, Emily. Let's go back again so you can catch it again, my dear sister. Listen again.
That includes peace, infrastructure development, and freedom of the press.
All right. Emily just captured that one. Emily, I know you captured that one, but there's something else again. And thank you for coming up again. So, Emily, let's go back again. You already got the piece. Let's go back again, everyone, and listen again.
Top seat to succeed President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf during the 2017 presidential elections. He said he is running on Sirleaf government's record that includes.
Why he said he's running on again, folks? Anybody, somebody? What Joe Boakai said he was going to be running on? Let's go back again, folks. Let's go back. We want you to capture things here.
One that may often extend beyond a presidential term. The Liberian vice president also announced that he will run for the top seat to succeed President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf during the 2017 presidential elections. He said he is running on Sirleaf government's record that includes peace, infrastructure development, and freedom.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I see the answer coming now. So in addition to Ellen Johnson said the piece that he said he's running or will be running on, I see Eric also adding to that, and I see Vivian also adding to that. Joseph Boakai, as you see him here, all right, where is he at? This is Joseph Boakai here. Joseph Boakai said he will be running on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf record that includes peace. So the question here, folks, the question here now is, when you listen to Joe Boakai, here is the question now that you understand what that recording said. When you listen to Joe Boakai speak nowadays, here are the two questions I have for you before we start the program. One, why Joe Boakai, and I'm reading off my own question that I wrote here, as you can see here, right here. There go my question over there. See it? There go my question right here. One, why Joe Boakai is not running on he and Ellen record? Think about that. You can go on all your platforms then. For me, as a leader, as an educator, we go for the facts and we challenge the individual. I'm not the one who said it. It was Joe Boakai who said it. That he will run on Ellen record. He will run on Ellen peace. So the question to you, why Joe Boakai is not running on Ellen record? Why Joe Boakai is not running on Ellen peace? Question number two, why Joe Boakai doesn't mention he and Ellen achievement? When you listen to Joe Boakai speak the few days, why Joe Boakai is not mentioning Ellen? Where you supposed to come and say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, and the president and myself, Madam Salif and myself, for 12 years, we did this, we did that, we did this, we did that. Why Joe Boakai is not running on Ellen record? And why Joe Boakai is not mentioning Ellen? Somebody help me here, folks. The lines are open. The lines are open. Let me put the phone number up. Today is holiday. The lines are open. Call the number and let's talk. There go the number. Call me. Let me get the phone. If I had the phone ready, I left everything here yesterday. Call me, folks. The phone is ready. Call me. You'll be on the call. Why Joe Boakai is not running on any record? Running on any record means whatever he say we are is not doing, he should come and say, hey, look what we did. In fact, let's go back to the interview here again so you can hear what Joe Boakai said. Let's go back to the interview again. Let's hear what Joe Boakai was saying about we. When Joe Boakai mentioned what? We. Let's listen to him.
Boakai reports.
Vice President Joseph Boakai was part of the delegation that signed a $257 million Millennium Challenge Corporation compact at the U.S. State Department. He said part of the money will be used on infrastructure projects such as electricity and roads.
Okay, so he said when they signed for that money, he said part of that money will be used for infrastructure, road, and other stuff. They did it for 12 years. Where is that record? Where is that proof that Joe Boakai can say, you know what? When we were there, I went down to Washington, D.C., I signed for them much money, and that money did well. Why Joe Boakai cannot talk about these things? Let me progress here again, folks. Let me progress.
Which is key to Liberia's development. He added that the compact is very significant because it is also about
governance. And it does underscore the fact that we are trying to do our best to put the right institutions into place.
Critics, however,
you heard him? We are trying to do the best. Why you think Joe Boakai is using we? Because he was the vice president, Ellen was the president. Together, they make a team. So wherever they go, they will use the we. Ellen will go somewhere and say, my administration, we are doing X, Y, Z. Joe Boakai go anywhere, we are doing X, Y, Z. So with all the we, how come Joe Boakai is not running on any record? How come Joe Boakai is not coming here and say, look, we signed for millions of dollars. When I went to Washington, D.C., I was in person that signed the money and we will use that money on different infrastructure, including roads. How come it's not happening today? Let me take the first call here. Good afternoon, my brother and friend. Manju, how you doing?
I am fine. The fearless boys, how you doing?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. What is that thing in the background there? Are you in your car?
Yes, I just turned on the AC, so
okay.
In a few seconds I know it will stop.
Okay, all right.
But there's a reason why I called.
Yes.
And you said something, and I went back. And I made research.
Okay.
I made research on it. You said Liberia will not be a better country until starting 2025.
Okay.
And a friend of mine asked me why he said that. He said, do you agree with Jay Ronnie? I said, 100%. I do agree with Jay Ronnie. The matter of fact that I've been in the U.S.
Yeah.
Going to college, universities, and have graduated. It's an outstanding.
Yeah.
On the street and looking down the hill.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Honestly, Nigeria would not be a better place anytime. I don't care what way this can be lesson.
Yes.
It will be very difficult. And here is why.
Okay.
Now, from 1980 to 1990,
correct.
those that were born in 1980 to 1990,
yeah,
they never finished, even if they finished high school. Nobody took them to those that want to become an engineer, for example.
Yeah.
Nobody took them to the power plant. Those that want to become a doctor or nurses, no mentor took them to any hospital. You know, those that want to become an environmental engineer or civil engineer, electrical engineer, nobody took them to any power plant or to any bridge or to any electrical plant to see those things. There was no mentor.
Yeah. Even let me hold you there. Even those that want to become an entrepreneur, somebody who want to run their own business. Maybe you want to become a professional tailor, or you want to do e-commerce with that business online. Go ahead. I just decided to add that onto that because there are other professions that also.
Other profession,
right? Yeah. So go ahead with that. Go ahead with that.
Those students never visited any business corporation.
Yep.
Nothing like that. And you can name the rest of the professions. And it was nothing like that. So from 1990 all the way 1998 to up to 2000. Now get in mind that those that were born 1980 to 1990, they never had good, high school education. They didn't go to any vocational institution. Yeah. But at the turn 18, 19, they started to have children.
Correct.
And they were not really educated.
Yeah.
So turn to their children, get them any educational advice, any better advice.
Correct.
And so that generation went down the drain. Nobody mentored them. Yeah. Nobody gave them any education. Nothing. So tell me, even if you carry company to Liberia right now,
you don't have the skill. You don't have the skill of people to do the job. You don't have the skill.
It's no skill.
You have to import other people.
Experience.
Yep.
So you have to. You find people that will sweep, that will cut the grass.
Yeah, do the basic liberal job. Yeah.
Yeah, the basic labor job, right?
Yeah.
But you will not have no data analyst.
Nope.
You will not have no cyber security.
As far as the administrative job goes, they will not get it.
Yeah. Administrative job is not those skills. It's not there.
Exactly. Exactly.
So where is Liberia heading? People don't see it.
Nope. And again,
they don't see it.
One of the reasons that discouraging that too is when you look at these guys on the different platform. I mean, not every time I come here, I want to bomb up these guys. But these guys have influence over the minds of the people back home. But they are doing more harm to the people than doing good to the people because every day on their platform, I mean, you see the kind of example they're setting over there, mind you. You spoke about of having mentorship. Mentorship is about having a body system. Body system is where somebody confide into somebody to build that person's mindset for what they want to be. For example, when Kobe Bryant was coming up before he demised, he said the greatest person that he ever admired as a role model was Michael Jordan. He tried to do everything that Michael Jordan.
There you go.
All right. Today there are many people around the world that if you look at other celebrities or other individuals that want to be like them. Today in Liberia, most of the guys are running different platforms. There are people in Liberia that believe in these guys. But these guys are not even helping these people to open up their minds, especially defining themselves, to conscientize them, to make sure that they understand and walk away from their platform, something that will make them to think about their own future. But guess what they're doing? They continue to pass down into their brain about political rivalry. Oh, the people just, okay. It's one thing to talk about the politics, right? It's one thing to give the people hope. But what if the person you're talking for wins? What did you tell the people who supported that person going to be doing for them? Because technically that person can come back and say, I did not tell you, say, I was going to vote, I was going to do this for you guys. Where did you get that from? Oh, I was listening to this guy here who said X, Y, Z. Well, I didn't tell him that. Then what did people be left with? Exactly. So the election, the platform, go ahead, Monu, go ahead. I got more time to talk. Go ahead.
Because I got 3 different degrees. So when I do have an associate degree in electromechanical engineering. Yeah. So I visited plane. I did a power plant. Mm-hmm. I work with PLC. Like you see how those change and things, it deal with timers.
Yeah.
Those conveyor belts, everything.
Yeah.
I did all that. I visited, those facilities and I saw it.
Yeah.
And I know how it works.
Yes.
But we don't have those things in Liberia.
Yeah.
And but we been and then when I went to get my other degree in cybersecurity, there is numerous examples,
And you see what need to happen. I don't mean to cut you off because this is what I love to hear from my people who watching here, because I want to make the platform to be a reality platform where people on the ground can sit down and say, okay, these are Liberians having this conversation. Where do I find myself? This conversation is outside of politics. Rather, it is about individual talking about their own self and their own achievement. Whether you're a soccer player, whether you're an electrician, whether you're a business person, I want people to come here and say, look, J. Randy, beside politics, this is what we can do. So that way when people back home listen to other people's story, they can be inspired. They can start to think for themselves and start to put things together. So, for example, Moyi, what I was trying to come to here is, you see, the conversation we're having here, God like you, there should be someone who's supposed to put Liberians together and say, look, these guys are Liberians. They are not into politics, but we have them here today to come and talk about their life journey, where they were in Liberia, how far they have come in life, and what can they say to others who are listening to them as a way to motivate them to see what they can do. A soccer player could come and explain how he got to where he is. A business girl, a business guy can come and explain. You can come and say, look, I got XYZ. This is what I think Liberians need to focus on. You build the people mind. That way, when the people go for any election, the man will say, you know what, I listen to the guy that called Moyu. He did this. Are you able to do this for us here? Maybe you get a Liberian who is in Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, call on the show too and say, look, I'm in Ghana, I'm in Kenya. This is why my local government in the particular location I am, these are things they're doing for us to succeed. But it can happen in Liberia. That way, when the people mind will be very expand, and the people mind will be expand, and people will be able to how they call it, to make great strive. But it's not the case. It's not the case.
It's not the case.
Yeah. So finish your
When
thought, Moyu. Finish your thought, so we can continue with the round.
When I was and another part is I want to add to that is this, right? If you look at Liberia as a whole, I don't see any season. There might be few experienced people. For example, when I was doing my cybersecurity program, I would not call my professor lead. He's a federal worker. This man, when I do my 400, course, senior student about to graduate. The man will take his personal laptop from his office and volunteer his time because the man has got experience. He will come and get mentor talk to the student, the graduating class, the prospective graduating class. The man will just pass the experience to us when you get to the job.
Wow.
Do this. Don't do that. Even though you're about to graduate from college, stay out of trouble. Some of the job will definitely require your clearance. And that's what I meant there.
It all coming to pass. It all coming to pass.
Yes. Look, I applied for a job. It was with the Navy. I just put my resume on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And the guy called me.
Good.
The guy said, I see your resume, you got all the qualification, the education. And, is there anything that will stop you from getting a security clearance? So I said to him, since I've been here, I have not been in trouble, I have not been arrested, nothing like that.
Exactly.
So and look, it was the first time we encounter of FBI. A 34-year-old veteran, he's been now in the area for 34 years. That lady been trading me. I never knew.
Wow.
The place I go play soccer. My friends I got, where I go, I got little bit. I think that 3 to 4 months was behind me. And then one day she called. And she said, "Are you friends?" I said, "Yeah."
Wow.
I said, "So address?" Yes. Yeah. Generally, I was surprised. When I went, he said, "You want to come meet you to your house? I'll put on your feet." I said, what type of case? Then she told me, okay, the company needs you, but we got to give you a clearance.
Yeah.
I said, what is clearance? He said, the federal government needs to give you a clearance.
Yes.
And, you can't go to the judge until you get a clearance.
Yep.
When I want to go meet that lady, I'm first time to see the FBI badge.
Yeah.
It's different from the police badge.
Exactly.
She flashes to me. She said, you can sign a paper to either agree or disagree.
Yeah.
To the interview. Yes. So I agree. So she asked me all the questions, everything that you know to do, and I told her. And I could give me that clearance.
Good.
So that just went back to what I meant told us.
Yeah.
Even though you want to graduate, they are in trouble.
Yes, sir.
Avoid accidents.
Yep.
Do we have all the guy in Liberia today?
No, you're going too far. All right, you're going too far. Let's start with Liberians who live here. Are they really impacting the knowledge and experience that each and every one of us have experienced and will experience or continue to experience in this country to educate our people? You see the guy who sit on that platform with Stanton Witherspoon, they cannot be in a situation that you just explained right now. Because as far as that profile goes, just by seeing those guys into acting with the people, that lady will say, you know what? I don't think this guy is good because the people you're associating himself with. So the problem is those who are in the diaspora that run the different platforms, that have the influence over the local people back home, when you see what they're doing all the time, the only judgment decision you can come out with is they are only seeking for themselves. And because of that, they are risking their character because they got nothing to lose in the country because they got nothing they are invested in here. Because anybody who cares for their character will be very mindful on how they do things. And secondly, they will be very prepared to mentor the young people back home. You see, when Jesus Christ started his ministry, Jesus Christ set a good example. He went out there and brought people and mentored them, and he set the rules. For example, people came out to Jesus and said, "Here is a coin here. Should we give it to Caesar, or should we follow, or what should we do?" Jesus said, "Give what belongs to Caesar, Caesar. What belongs to my faith, follow my faith." But these guys who are masquerading on a different platform, they are not doing anything to help the Liberian people. And that is why, to your point, when you came on, the generation from 1970 to early 2000, that generation in Liberia is done. There's no hope for that generation.
They're done.
There's no hope.
They're done.
They're done.
Completely done.
They're done.
Done.
Because everything you just mentioned here.
See it because,
Go ahead.
they will not see it, because, my neighbor, say, if you water, you can't actually, you can't see it, but
Yeah.
I see it now. I've seen it on the show and I see it.
Yeah, you have to envision that.
Because, exactly, it is, because those who are born 1970s, 1980s, and also 1990s, I mean, what can they tell their children?
Nothing. And their children will come. Their children, some of them have grown up now, and they are competing because oftentimes you hear people saying, "Oh, the parents are in the home while their children are going out to go hustle." Those are the 1990 born.
Yes.
And they living in the parents who are the 70 born. Because most of the parents today in Liberia are the parents from the 70s. Most of the parents today. Most of the people in leadership are the people from the 70s. And it's followed by the people from the 80s. So the 80 born and the 70s born, they are the ones now who are in the position of their children going out there to hustle for them. And because their children were born either in the early 2000s. Because if you were born in 2000, you should be around 22, 23 this year. That's how it is. So most of the young people in that country are in that age range.
And their parents
not educated.
Not ready educated.
Yes.
To mentor them.
Yep.
And that's a big. That is why only starting only 65.
Yeah.
In my senior year also, one of the biggest lawyers in the United States on the East Coast.
Yeah.
He taught us civil law.
There you go.
Civil law. And then he came back to the university to speak to the graduating class, the postgraduate graduating class.
Yeah.
And I sat there and he just talked to us. He mentored us. He gave us, advise it based on.
We don't have the thing anymore, Monju. We don't have the thing anymore. That's the saddest thing about it. We don't.
I asked myself, do we have that at the University of Liberia today?
No.
No, we don't.
You see, the opportunity we got here today, Monju, the opportunity we have here today, I don't mean to cut you off. I see a lot of call coming in. The opportunity we got here today, the Facebook we're using, this interaction you and myself having here, nobody have to travel to go to Liberia. What we can do here is to be able to help ourselves by educating our people through the different medium, by sending messages to them for them to be able to learn. But the people are not interested in that. Let me give you the last one, Monju. I see other calls coming in, so we can continue with the topic here.
Yeah, so all I can say to you, this platform is the best.
Thank
Keep
you.
on doing what you're doing. I will not stop listening to you. You're the best platform ever. Don't mind the number will grow.
I know.
The truth, they don't like you.
Yes.
You know? But keep on doing what you're doing. I will never stop listening to you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Your words are more than whatever I ask for on the platform here. Thank you for that advice. And I also go to my sister Emily and every one of you guys. Thank you very much, Monju.
Okay.
All right, cool. So you see, guys, we have to do what we call hand over and take over system, right? Whatever we're doing here today, we want to make sure that the next generation will come. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on my Facebook blog. So you are welcome to participate. Again, we are asking this question here. Why Joseph Boakai? Why Joseph Boakai is not running on Ellen record? Why? Number two, why Joseph Boakai is out there and not mentioning what he and Ellen has done. I want you to please answer those questions, all right? I want you to answer the question down here, and I also want you to call, because we are about to give you more evidence that prove beyond just the video where Joseph Boakai. So let me just recap your mind, all right? Let's listen here. Let's listen to Joe Boakai interview. He said a lot of things, all right? Let's listen to Joe Boakai interview here. He said a lot of things about he and Ellie. There he comes.
Vice President Joseph Boakai was part of the delegation that signed a $257 million Millennium Challenge Corporation compact at the U.S. State Department. He said part of the money will be used on infrastructure projects such as electricity and roads, which is key to...
So there you go over there. Whether it's D Black I'm speaking to, whether it is LIB Gayu, Monju, Emily, Vivian, you heard Joe Boakai. The money that we signed for, we're going to use it for infrastructure. So why is he not talking about those infrastructure that they put in place? Let's get into Joe Boakai conversation here, folks. Let's get into a real conversation here right now, all right? Let's get into a real conversation here and begin to listen to Joe Boakai here, all right? So where is Joe Boakai? This is Joe Boakai here on the campaign trail. Let's listen to Joe Boakai. We are expecting Joe Boakai. We are expecting Joe Boakai on our platform now in the 2023 election last month, because we are just in the 4th day of September. We should be hearing Joe Boakai saying, look, when we were there, the Unity Party led government, Ellen Johnson and myself, this is what we did, or these are the things that we did. Now, you guys that were mature enough to see what we did, let me just remind the incoming generation, these are the things we did. Am I lying? Older generation, aging generation? No. But now when you look at what we are is doing and compared to what we did, Joe Boakai cannot come up with those things. The only thing Joe Boakai can say, let me not say, let him say it himself. Let's listen to him here.
We've dealt with it before. We've worked before. So Liberians, we want...
When he said we worked before, what specifically is Joe Boakai talking about we worked before? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? This man said he want to be president, right? But he has to be very specific about things he's saying. You listen to Monju here, most of you guys are making comment around here. What is the old man saying when he said we? I mean, he's not a kindergarten man, a student. He's not a high school grad, just a mere high school graduate. He went beyond that. So what does he mean by we did this thing? Let's listen to him again, folks. Let's listen to him.
What the talking fee about? What bearing it has on the economy and your life? And that's Africa, we've dealt with it before.
Okay, you dealt with it. So in dealing with it, what did you achieve, Joe Boakai? In dealing with it, what did you show to the people? What have you accomplished? What was bad and you make it better and you left it there to be sustained by the incoming generation? What was those things? Or what are those things? Joe Boakai need to tell us. He need to tell us. I mean, nobody can just kind of tell, oh yeah, you know, when I was this, I was, no. Let's listen to him again, folks.
Before. So Liberians, we want to give you hope. God gave hope you, but it put leadership in charge. And that
what hope? What hope? You and Eddie were there for 12 years. What hope did you and Eddie give the people? You gave the people hope? You gave the people hope? Is that what Joe Boakai talking about? Did Joe Boakai give the people hope? Is that what he's talking about? Look, there's a Chinese parable that was used recently by the Chinese president. It says, eat bitterness, as in eating bitterness. When Joe Boakai said we'll give the people hope or we'll give you hope, it's like you eating bitterness. And the explanation of when the Chinese men say just eat bitterness, it means that throughout the perseverance of that leadership that is based on eating bitterness, it comes with 3 S: the struggle, the suffering, and the survival. That is what Joe Boakai is telling you guys right now. He and Ellen, they did not do anything right. They gave the Liberian people to eat bitterness. And in their bitterness, there was suffering, survivability, and massive, or how they call it, complaint that they could not unpack. That's how they left it. So they struggled through that process, which is the third S. So why is he coming out to tell you? Joe Boakai and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, their 12-year administration, they postponed every project. They postponed every project and told the Liberian people to eat bitterness. The art of eating bitterness is all about struggle, suffering, and survivability in the presence of no complaint, because nobody will listen to you. That is why Joe Boakai cannot mention what he and Ellen did. Let's listen to him again, folks. Let's listen to him.
leadership must be conscious of the need of the people. If that leadership is not conscious, it's all they're talking about chartering planes, going around, singing, and taking your children, pushing them to Kush. What they want to do is to destroy you.
And what did you and Eddie do to rebuild? If they want to destroy you, what did they do to rebuild? What did they do to rebuild? That's the question.
What did
they do to rebuild?
Foreign schools. And we are saying, this is your country, this is where your life is, and we will be under obligation. I am saying to all persons, when you come to GMB government, you better come with clean hands, because we're not going to allow people to steal people's money and live for it. You work, you earn, but it's to build the life of these people that stand there to put you in office. They are the ones giving you the job. When you vote for people, you're giving them a job. And I don't know whether people are not ashamed to steal from those people who are under you, who serve you. You take their per dime, you eat it. You take their salaries for yourself, you reduce. When you...
All right, so when Joe Boakai is making these comments, again, folks, I want you to understand from me, if you want to hold somebody accountable, there must be a standard that you apply to hold somebody accountable. Joe Boakai is saying, all right, is trying to tell the people out there things that the We Are government did for 6 years. He followed the thing that he think We Are government did for 6 years, which is part of the game. But what is he measuring that against? for the fact that Joe Boakai was with Ellen for 12 years. Don't you think it would be unfair that Joe Boakai would want to criticize somebody, but he is not able to tell the person he criticizing what he managed to do? Even let's take out the 12 years. What about the 45 years that he bragged about? What can he give to the Liberian people out of that 45 years that he has done? And I want Liberian to understand this thing here, folks. I want Liberian to understand this thing. Joe Boakai is not a rookie. He bragged about 45 year experience. That experience should not just be in the mouth of a supporter, even in the mouth of Joe Boakai. That experience should have tangible. That experience should have landmarks of things that he did when he was coming up. These are things that these guys are not telling you guys. You listen to Mo, you talking about experience. How he come with experience. How that particular man sat down and told them about experience. He was mentoring them. Joe Boakai is not a stranger to our public service. This man claimed to be in power for in public service, a total of 45 years before becoming vice president to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And you want to tell me everything that he says on any platform, he cannot relate? He cannot relate. Let's look at the president, for example. The president came up as a soccer player, right? The president will tell you, say, I play for Bon Range, I play for IE, I play for Barrow. He gave me his background of what he achieved when he was trying to put things together before coming to the Senate. And he said the Senate, during the time our senator, we helped to break road that lead to Lofa. Why the paper called Joe Boakai cannot tell us who are from that generation, that saw him when he was there as LPNC managing director, when he was there as Minister of Agriculture? Why Joe Boakai cannot come and tell us what he did? You know why Joe Boakai cannot say that? Because some of us were there. And for other reason, when he tried to lie, we will come here and dig all the facts and give it to you guys. But let's forget about that. What about the past 12 years with Ellen? Why Boakai cannot come out and tell you guys who are in the new age generation today about what he and Ellen did? You see the question mark there? Now, when you see what Joe Boakai did with Ellen for the past 12 years and he cannot articulate that, that should give you a sense of maturity that indeed he didn't do anything in the past. Even though I was not there, he did not do anything in the past. For the mere fact that I am here and sat down with Ellen and him for 12 years, if he cannot articulate things that he and Ellen did not do, we got a problem. This man should be running on Ellen record. How can he not run on Ellen record? How come he's not running on Ellen record? Let's listen to him again. Anytime Joe Boakai take any mic on any platform, Joseph Boakai should be telling the Liberian people the experience he got, the job he and Ellen did, what started to left the country, and what we has done. That is his record. That is his record. His record should be able to tell the Liberian people, convince them. But this man is presenting himself to say that he never ever served with any political party. He just coming into the game as a rookie. That's how Joe Boakai want to present himself. And we are saying on the platform, Joe Boakai got a record. He has record. He has done some things. Let's go to a few of the things he has done. Let's go to a few of the things that Joe Boakai has done so that you can get to see. He has record. Don't be fooled by the other people on the platform. Joe Boakai participated in many things.
Undermine Liberia's progress as well as the lifting of UN assets freeze on Liberia. Now, Liberia's Vice President Joseph Boakai was in Washington this week, where he signed a multi-million-dollar compact in an in-depth interview with...
In Washington, D.C., and signed a multi-million-dollar contract. This is the man who said he was parked as an old car, that Eddie did not get anything to do. But he came to Washington, D.C. and signed a multi-million-dollar contract and even talk about it. Let's go into it again, folks.
Here's James Buddy. He talked about the significance of the compact and a host of other issues. Here's Zoe Ludaki reports.
Vice President Joseph Boakai was part of the delegation that signed a $257 million Millennium Challenge Corporation compact at the U.S. State Department. He said,
"Who did he sign that contract for? You think Joe Boakai signed that contract for himself? No. That $257 million contract was signed by Joe Boakai on behalf of the Unity Party-led government for 12 years. So when Joe Boakai tells you he was parked as an old car, he is lying to you. Joe Boakai, one of his poor characteristics is about being dishonest with himself and the people of Liberia, including the people around him. All the guys you're seeing on the different platform, I'm not saying you shouldn't go there to them, all right? The fuck calling me that is it? Yo, hold on there. Yo, hold on.
Part of the money will be used on infrastructure projects such as electricity and roads, which is key to Liberia's development. He added that the compact is very significant because it is also about
governance. And it does underscore the fact that we are trying to do our best to put the right institutions into place.
Critics, however, expressed doubts that this will solve Liberia's electricity problem that has persisted for decades. Mr. Boakai argues that Liberia's problem did not just start 10 years ago.
We inherited that problem, and it's not that we are not doing anything about it. Just about the time the hydro project was to commence, that's when the Ebola fell, and everybody left the country. There are other facilities put into place, like the HFO machines that are put into place that will be able to provide more than 40 megawatts of electricity. So electricity is on the go.
As Liberia enters a post-Ebola era, Mr. Boakai says care centers are in place to monitor people recovering from the deadly virus.
We are putting into place the infrastructure necessary to contain the situation and also to make sure that Liberians do not go through this, not just for Ebola, but epidemic in general. So the basic infrastructure for the prevention and also the immediate arrest of Ebola and the recoveries, that's what we're doing now.
Boakai stresses that the investment climate in Liberia is gradually starting to recover as the country enters this post-Ebola period.
Liberia had a sizable investment in the country pre to Ebola. Since then, we've seen a lot of these investors coming back in the agriculture sector, the oil palm industry, and the activities have recommenced, and I am aware that in the agriculture and the mining sector, things are going on.
And as the Western African country moves forward, there is a call to limit the length of presidential terms.
I believe Liberians will have to rethink. We are not America. We are not superpower.
So there you go, guys. There you go with Joe Boakai. There you go with Joe Boakai. Question for you guys. Question for you guys. I'm not stopping you guys from listening to any platform. All right? I'm not stopping you guys. But what I want you guys to understand when you go on a different platform is to take that open knowledge, that intellectual information I'm sharing here with you guys. Take that intellectual information from here. One, you saw Joe Boakai on international interview telling you that he came to Washington, D.C. to secure a $257 million project that has to do with infrastructure and other things. And he also said in 2017, because that was back then, that he will run on Ellen record why today Joe Boakai is going from one place to another and Joe Boakai is not running on any record. Why? You that live in America here, when you go live in any country outside America, wouldn't you be running on American record? Of course you'll be running on American record. You will be telling people that, look, in America, XYZ, XYZ. So the question here is, why Joe Boakai is not running on any record? Why Joe Boakai, when he making comparison between he and we are, when he describing we are did it, what did Joe Boakai and Ellen did? Because you just listen to that interview. He came to Washington, D.C. They signed $257 million contract. How much that contract implementation did for the Liberian people? Why the Papa cannot talk about the thing? Why? Let's go back to here again. All right? In fact, before we go, I want you to listen to the remaining part of the broadcast. What the woman going to say? Listen.
Liberians and African countries should consider themselves as countries that are still trying to build. Our people need to understand who we are and the challenges we have.
Mr. Boakai explained that rebuilding the country's infrastructure is a lengthy process.
Yeah, Boakai is saying to build a country infrastructure is a lengthy process. By our definition, I don't want to ask Google over there because I can ask Google. Google, what is the meaning of lengthy? Hey Google, what is the meaning of lengthy?
On the website dictionary.cambridge.org, they say, noun, eyepiece the part of a telescope, etc., to which one puts one's eye. Lens a piece of glass.
She not got him my answer good, so let's move on. Maybe I'm far away from her. But anyhow, lengthy process is a long way to go. But it takes a baby step to get there. Now, when you hear Joe Boakai telling that, oh, the people did it to you, the people did it to you, what did Joe Boakai then do when they were there for 12 years? What did he do? Let him show up. If Joe Boakai then say, you know what, the pen here was on J. Randy right hand side. It was in the corner right here. All right? But now we managed to move that pen and bring it over here. And because it was over here, John Weirden King and brought it right back here. But it was here. Right here. We had it right here. But after 12 years, and when it was here, it was good. But after 12 years, we left it there. But we are king. Just what it says here, we are not put our pen way on the side here. When we get back, because the pen, the play was air here, it was good. Joe Boakai cannot tell you guys that. And now the problem I get with Joe Boakai. And now the problem I get with some of y'all. Some of y'all in America here, when y'all go look for a job, why y'all always tell the people? Oh, when I walk into that other job, I was good. I did this. The thing that Joe Boakai looking for is what we call coming to the people for the people to hire him. Joe Boakai ain't got no resume to tell the Liberian people that I did the job I did back in the day, so your people put me in the chair. He ain't telling the people nothing. So when you go sit down on the criminal platform, the criminal in the town, they can go stand before the judge. They didn't know when they became American citizen. The judge asks you, when you became American citizen, you look at the man. They think the white man stupid. The white man can get all the answers ready from them. All they want to do for you to verify. What time you came in the country, the man already seen it. The people can study before they go to court. We always said that here. When the government said they come to do inspection, some of you guys know it. When the government said they come to do inspection, they already looking at your background before they're waiting for you. The only people that can do inspection before they come to you are the policemen. And why the policemen always ask you for your ID card. Because the ID card, when he take it, you go and tap it and say, oh, I know who the man is. But anybody who got to do with work inspection and other things, before you get a job, you got to put your resume together. And the people send the resume out there. And that's what you can do. Yeah, so that the people say, oh, just post some kind of experience that on paper and send it to us. The purpose is for the people to look at the paper and study it, so that when you come, they can say, oh, yeah, you were here, you were here. Joe Boakai worked for Ellen for 12 years. He ain't able to put a resume down. That's what we're asking him now for a resume. Joe Boakai, you say you were there for 45 years. What did you do, Joe Boakai? Show to us. Joe Boakai not able to raise who resume, my people. That's the problem we got with that papa. I don't hate that papa because God made it in the same image as me. But I just telling you, that papa not able to job. The man sat down for 6 years. Say he lost the election. All that said that Joe Boakai said that he was not able to write one paper down to tell you, for you to say, you know what, Joe, we haven't beaten me now, I wear my face more. But we're coming by in 2023. All right, during early time, we did this, we did this, we did this, we did this. He cannot come back to tell you what he and Ellen did. But listen to him right now. He coming to tell you that he will run on Ellen record. Listen.
And one that may often extend beyond a presidential term. The Liberian vice president also announced that he will run for the top seat to succeed President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf during the 2017 presidential elections. He said he is running on Sirleaf government's record that includes peace, infrastructure development, and freedom of the press.
He said he will run on Ellen record. He said he was going to run on Ellen record. And that's why I ask you the question, but every day the Boakai people, they cussing me. They cussing me every day. I already learned that they importing cussing from North Korea. Now they say they cussing in Liberia. They finish using all on me. They importing some from North Korea to send to Liberia so they can start using more cussing. They cussing me for nothing because that Joe Boakai, the one that said it. That's why I asking him all the question. But they cussing me. I learned that the cussing I'm finishing in Liberia. They're trying to look for more cussing. So I don't know whether my man King John ill. They say Liberia, Joe Boakai now send people abroad to go out of for cussing. They can pick up the phone. Hello there, yeah. You got cussing there, yeah. How many low of cussing you got? Oh, we got about 20 here, yeah. But when you go down the road in North Korea, we got more down there. But the cost will be high. Oh, just bring it. We will send for it. That's what they're doing to me. You heard the man. Let's go back again to the man having his own conversation here again. Today is holiday here. We're enjoying ourselves here. We're enjoying ourselves here. All right? We're enjoying ourselves here. Now, before we go back to Joe Boakai, let's listen to the Liberian people then. What they say about Joe Boakai in 2017. Because Joe Boakai did not give the people resume. You see, when you're in the public eye, the Liberian people already know what you can do. You see, those are all who go apply for private job. We face our resume, we put it on our arm. We carry it or we send it by email. But when you're in the public eye, the people can see you every day. The people can see Joe every day. They can see Boakai every day. And they saw Boakai for 45 years. They saw Boakai for 12 years with Ellen. So the people know the work ethic. They know the work ethic. The Liberian people are not stupid. Now how come in 2017 they denied Joseph Boakai? And remember, Joseph Boakai sat down for 6 years. Nothing he did. He opened no consulting firm. He didn't do nothing. He gave no speech to go around. You see, if Joseph Boakai knew that he was doing good, all the time he was sitting down when we are president, Joseph Boakai will be going around the different African countries and telling people about what he and Ellen did. People say, yeah, remember today Boakai spoke. But because Boakai did not know anything, he did not achieve anything, that's why Boakai did not go anywhere. But the Liberian people know his work ethic. Yeah, as some of the people here will tell you why Joseph Boakai was denied in 2017. Listen to these people here.
Because he do nothing here.
You see it? You see that old man there? That old man is very sound, more than he got it. You can be listening to on a different platform. What did the old man say? Joe Boakai and Ellen. What are we saying here? You and Joe Boakai. You need to tell your people there. They better get our voices on the radio. They better get our voices on the radio in Liberia. Because the people giving they put the wrong message. We got a red message here. Let's play the Oma back again here. All right? Let's play the Oma back here again. Listen to what.
I say no to Mr. Joe. Let Joe go back, man. This is your Toba.
Okay, let me ask Sisio Toba. Sisio Toba say no to Joe Boakai. So I'm coming to interact with Sisio Toba here now. Sisio Toba, why no to Joe Boakai? All right, let me start with Sisio Toba again. Sisio Toba, why no to Joe Boakai? Let hear.
I say no to Mr. Joe.
Why? Why, Sisio? Why no to Joe Boakai? Why? Let hear her.
Let Joe go back, man. Let Joe go back in the...
Why Joe should go back, Sisio Tokba? Tell me. Why Joe should go back? You on the ground there, Sisio Tokba. You on the ground. You saw what Joe Boakai did for 45 years. And now he said he wanted to be president in 2017. What did he do? Let's listen to Sisio Tokba here.
Push that they pay him below because he do nothing. Here a woman early.
Yeah. The woman is saying that Joe Boakai should go back to the bush because what? He and Ellen. And that's why when I'm on my show, I say, why Joe Boakai? You remember the question I asked you from the beginning? Why Joe Boakai and Ellen? He now using the two of them record to say, look, you see that road over there? We put quota there, Joe, we have removed that quota. When Ellen and myself were there, we put quota there, but Joe, we have removed it. Then the people honestly say, oh yeah, Joe, you're right. You're right, Joe, because I reached so high quota there when you were there. But now, Joe, we are moving it because we see the two. Joe Boakai cannot say no thing because there was nothing there. There was nothing there. They lied to the people. They lied to the people. That's why you got to understand. Joe Boakai is not running on any record because the old man is dishonest. He can lie. He not saying the truth. But he think the people who are dying for job, like that other guy they call the criminal, the guy who's going to go to Florida to go determine his fate. And that other guy they call Fagon Society drop out. They think by them coming to be lying to the people here, it will work. But some of you will tell you that these guys are nothing but a bunch of hustlers. So when you listen to Cecilia Tukpaya, she right. She is telling you that Joe Boakai should go back because he and Ellen did not do anything. This woman is not educated. She doesn't have a PhD. This woman is serious. She doesn't have a PhD. But what she has a 2-hour ball that she saw things that they did. And that's why she came out and said, let them go back. Let them go back. What more about you that in America here? You say that you're holding, you say you're working. Okay, they point back with the postman this morning, you guys. Some of you guys are just fucked up. I'm not talking about you guys are here, but the people who supporting the Joe Boakai put them, they fucked up. The old man yet, she ain't gonna put the old man setting her call, the old man telling you that he do nothing. The old man telling you the man rested, but he got no nothing on the wet sheet of paper. That's why the old man said he must go back. Why? The old man said, Une Joe must go back. The woman said, he and Ellen. A Joe body in America here. Let me repeat myself. A Joe body in America going to listen to that woman because say, tell me, that woman is good. She taking, Joe Boakai and Ellen together to put them together because they were presidential candidate and vice president candidate and they became vice president and president for 12 years. That woman is right. These people from the other side of our common class, they understand politics more than the good for nothing people then who supporting Joe Boakai then around here. Let's listen again, Sister Tukwa.
They do nothing for our country. So let them go back to the place. They will not get one vote here. We tire today. We tire tomorrow.
After 12 years, the woman was suffering after 12 years. What did I tell you guys? Joe Boakai and Ellen Johnson said he look at the Liberian people. When Ellen and Boakai came for the first 6 years, they said, oh, y'all wouldn't get us 6 years. We're not running for anything here. Y'all wouldn't get us 6 years, yeah? We just want 6 years from you. The Liberian people say, okay, Ellen, you are on 30 years, man. We forgive you. Joe Boakai, you are supporting Samuel Kanyado. You're not joining with the woman against Samuel Kanyado. We understand in the name of peace, we work with you guys. By the time they open their eye and close it, they open it again, 6 years were over. They keep running to the same Liberian people. Oh, you're here, bro. We ain't do nothing, we ain't finish anything. The person say, oh, but when I thought you say you're finished, you're going to do one round. Oh, we ain't finished with one round, yo. And the Liberian people came by and said, oh, okay. We'll give you another round. It took 6 years. They said they were not finishing their work, so they must get them 6 more years. They said plus 6 equal 12. And Joe Boakai cannot come to even say, you know what, the first 6 years, we're not ready yet. But the other 6 years, this is what we did. Joe Boakai cannot say anything. Do you know what they did to the Liberian people? They told the Liberian people to eat bitterness. They told the Liberian people to eat bitterness. There is a Chinese parable that says, eat bitterness. You know what that means? Eating bitterness means you will struggle, you will suffer to survive. And in the midst of those 3 S's, you will complain from now to Judgment Day, nothing will change. Ellen and Joe Boakai told the Liberian people for the past 12 years that they must eat bitterness. That's why when you look at somebody that, this woman today, you think the way she expressing herself, you think she was like that before? No. Because after 12 years, the people invested in them, they turned around and gave the people bitterness to eat. These people struggle to pay their children tuition, to feed themselves and cover their homes. That's what happened to them. And in order for them to survive, they had to do a lot of things to survive. To do all kinds of things. So in the process of that, they suffer. And now Joe Boakai then came back and said, please put me there. But you told me to eat bitterness. And in my bitterness, I will struggle, I will suffer in order for me to survive. And they shouldn't complain. But wait, the election time will come and the people complain. And after Joe Boakai and Ellen serving the people for 12 years, he coming back today. The same people that they told to eat bitterness, that the same people Joe Boakai coming back to. And he coming back with nothing changed. Joe Boakai did not even say, you know what, for the 6 years Joe we were in there, this is what I did to help the Liberian people to face what we didn't do. But Joe Boakai record that defeated him in 2017 is the same record that he coming back with. He didn't call any name. He didn't tell you nothing. That the same thing he coming back with. So let's listen to Socioeconomic here again.
I'm Jackson Moore William.
Okay. I want you to listen to Jackson Moore William. Jackson Moore William is going to break down for you what Joe Boakai and Eddie did for 12 years. But I want you to also understand that Joe Boakai sat down since 2017 and changed nothing. And he coming back with that same form again. Seeing Joe Boakai, seeing Unity Party. Remember, seeing Joe Boakai, seeing Unity Party. The only thing he leaving behind, the same record he was not able to defend in 2017, he coming back again with that same record that he did not defend. But this time now he won't try to lie to you. Let's listen to the Jackson here.
See, my brother, this is a little business that I made to support my 5 children. During the year 2005, Madam Seri told us that there were going to be free primary education, especially compared
So when Joe Boakai said the education system not good on we are, this guy is telling you in 2005, Eddie said they were going to face the education system. They were there for 12 years. Now, Joe Boakai will look at the guy and say, you said it in 2017. But guess what? When we started, the education system was like this. But when we left, here where the education system was better. Can you, have you heard Joe Boakai say those things? No. He never said those things. And that's why we are here to make sure that you guys understand these things. Because Joe Boakai is misleading you people. He is misleading you people. So listen to this guy. You see, these are the guys who hired Joe Boakai for 12 years. The people of Liberia are the HR. They were the one who hired. They are the manager. They are the CEO then. All the Liberian voters, they are the CEO then. They saw what the people did. And that's why the guy reporting on him now. All right? He's one of the guys who hired Joe Boakai and Ellen for 12 years. Listen to him.
Free primary education. And he told us there will be a lot of job facility and company than ever before. And she said also there was going to be a stop to corruption.
You heard that? They told the Liberian people there will be more job facility, there will be more company. And that guy here was smart enough. That guy, I think he well calculated. Guess what? When he gave that guy the hope, that man started ready. Yeah, they will give him more job. They will bring more company. And they will provide more education. That was a promise that the guy believed in. This guy believed in that thing. Like, damn it. But what happened to his faith? Look at his faith, how he's going to express what Joe Boakai did to them.
Corruption was going to be her worst enemy. And I think she set precedent on Judy Bryant. But after Judy Bryant died and all of the rest of her ministers were just transferred to another ministry for corruption, I see the election to be very critical. And one thing I should tell the Liberian people is to get the United Party out of Liberia completely.
Why? You see, that's the second person who said they should get rid of the Unity Party. I don't know the guy from anywhere, folks. But what I would say to you, the guy that said the same thing in 2017, it never changed. Why? Because Joe Boakai, the 2017 defeat, is the same Joe Boakai that is coming back again. And why is he coming back with? Nothing. He left these people hanging in the balance. Nothing he did for these people. And that's why the guy is so furious. He like, nobody. I mean, imagine somebody promise you, man. The education system, nothing. The healthcare, nothing. The job, nothing. And that guy is saying, these are the people that want to come back again. Come on, man, let's be real here, man. Let's listen here again, folks.
Because there are people like the demonic forces that are hanging over Liberia, trying to suck our blood and destroy our children and great-grandchildren's future.
You know what I mean? See? So that guy know that Joe Boakai and Eddie already destroyed his future. They never provide education, better education. They never provided a job. So he resorted to doing a business. This man got his children growing up. I mean, come on, guys, you imagine this. All of you that sit down and look at it, good for nothing guy on the different platform, them, how many of them can look at the real life events and be able to relate it to you and I that live in America here? Think about the guy. What if you are in that guy's shoe? The guy right here. What if you are in that man's shoe in Liberia and somebody lied to you for 12 years and tell you to eat bitterness? And eating that bitterness, you have to survive, you have to struggle, you have to suffer. And on top of that, you have to complain and nothing changed. My friend, Ellie and Boakai postpone every problem. They sound for the money, but they postpone all the problems they're supposed to solve. And about one by one, when you listen to these people, ask yourself, it was in 2017 that people denied Unity Party. Joe Boakai, did he change anything? Did he make any open confession? Did he tell the Liberian people, say, Ellie and myself, we messed the country up? If Joe Boakai said that, then whatever Joe Boakai is saying today, that, oh, you're giving chance, let me do my thing, I will believe it. I will believe it. But the reason Joe Boakai is not honest to tell the Liberian people, even though we know that he and Ellie, they destroyed that country. But because he's not honest, that man is not honest with his own health. 1 minute he passes behind the back door, going in the plane, people catching, and people getting vet. Another minute he in the hospital, coming outside with his hand, then he getting vet. And the man will come and tell what mistake they made. Let's listen to our man here, Justin. Justin, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm talking to say that I'm very vexed because you talk about the man they call Joseph Boakai in today's way. I'm against it totally. I'm against the entire Unity Party. Let government.
So meaning you're saying no to Joe, right?
No to Joseph Boakai. No to the Unity Party. Let it go all away. Let it leave off.
Why you think that guy is so mad at that, folks? Y'all want to bring the same nightmare back to the people? Is that what you're talking about? Y'all want to bring the same nightmare back to these people? Come on, man. Like, I gotta be real here, man. If there was somebody other than Joe Boakai, I would say, yeah, let us try to load the Unity Party away for a second here. This man had already put Joe Boakai in the back of his face. Then you go bring the man back again. You go not going to man about Joe Boakai being there and know the next year it will be something different. I cannot describe it on the platform here. The man told you that the people came and destroyed them with promised hope. And they never realized it. Let's listen to him here again, folks.
Let us live our peaceful life. Let our children go to school happily, and let Papa come home with black plastic bag filled with rice, pepper, chicken soup, and let the children be happy.
My name is Loretta. We have one father's government. The Joe man is talking about as I learned Joe do this government for the 2 years.
You see how the people are very collective? Public service is about public observation. Public service is about public observation. All these people you see here, they don't have PhD. They are not engineers. They are not pharmacists. They are not top business people. But God gave, that I always tell you guys, God gave the people 5 senses. They use it to see, to smell, to taste, to hear, to feel. These people saw what Joe Boakai and Ellen did. This lady is articulating things that align with Joe Boakai public service. And she equated that to 42 years. A very close number because it's 45. And she says she cannot understand how somebody will serve in such a position for all the years and cannot do a better job. She is looking at Joe Boakai performing history. You see, look, there are smart people in our country. It just takes people getting the right platform to listen to them. Let me progress.
For the 2 years, not small years. And then there is nothing that I can show you like brand people. So for that reason, we are now,
You see how the people are so well measured in their thought? 45 years, there is nothing he has shown. I think these people are very much better than the people that run the platform. I would rather go, look, if I ever visit Liberia, I would rather sit with these people who are in the marketplaces, on the street, in the community, to better understand than to put these hanky-panky, good-for-nothing individual that are running a different platform. Folks, am I telling you anything on the platform that you're not seeing for yourself to make your own conclusion, to call your people back home and say, you know what? I think Boakai is not the right person. Because Boakai had not convinced me about what they did in the past. The same way Joe Boakai bragged about 45 years of his record and he cannot defend it. Joe Boakai spent 12 years with Ellen and he cannot still defend it. But these people here know exactly where Joe Boakai falls short and what he cannot do. I want to applaud these people here, to be honest with you guys. I really want to applaud these people out here. These people are very informed. My respect to the people out there who are trying to keep their head above water. They understood the mistake the blunder Ellen and Joe Boakai made. And up to today, if you walk back to them, the question they will ask you, I voted Joe Boakai out of office. And you want me to go and vote for Joe Boakai? How many years have gone now? After the 12 years, 6 years, 18 years. So what did he do with the 6 years to prove to me that what they did that kicked him out of office? When you listen to Joe Boakai, let's go to Joe Boakai and lead the post more. Let's go to Joe Boakai in the 6 years he spent sitting down on the ground. Let's go to Joe Boakai. Let's go to Joe Boakai and listen to Joe Boakai after 6 years. What he got to say.
Work, you want your salary to increase. But for your salary to, what if you are making $500 a month and you went to the bank and took loan and you told the bank I'm making $500?
Joe Boakai can't give you the what-if statement when he and Ellen were there for 12 years. Look, that what-if statement is for people like Clarence Moneybar, is for other rookie there in government. This man ran a policy for 12 years and then he want to draw people analysis to, oh, what if you making this? No. Joseph Boakai should be saying to the Liberian people, when Ellen and I was in office, our monetary policy, the way we kept the economy running, we did this, we did that, we did. The man cannot do this thing, folks. This man served in a position. Which one of you guys here will serve with somebody and you coming back to run and you cannot run on that person's record? The man talking after say he never participated in anything. And that's why you got to understand. This old man, sorry for calling him old man, but the former vice president is not in any position, shape, and form to be president of that country. I'm sorry. He has been given so many opportunities. You see, Joe Boakai, in every role that he participated, because remember, Joe Boakai never got elected for anything. Let me repeat myself again. Joseph Boakai never got elected for anything. He was appointed. And because he was appointed, he never had that burden on his shoulder. And besides that, he got fired so many times. They fire him all the time. They fire him, they fire him, they fire him. In fact, let me hold you down here and let's go to Joe Boakai where he got fired. All right? Where Joe Boakai got fired. Because I have my own for you guys here. Listen to him right here. Go ahead, Joe. Waiting for you.
Sifat 4.
Serenus 4.
Serenus 4.
First of all, you people,
the moment we came here, back in 92, of all of those towers, they elected me. And I know I had always been asked, where do you come from? because I was not part of Moja or not part of them, but I always came in, and people, because they respected me. But at some point in time, people always believe that certain reasons they should ask you to leave, you leave. So you're talking about firing. Government is, once the reasons are stated why you should be fired, the president reserves the right.
The president reserves the right to fire you when you're not performing, and that's the dishonesty about Joe Boakai. All right, that's the dishonesty. That selection he talking about, the people elected me, that was the or social group then, like Able Soil group, they put him there. No, they respected him, but they put him there. But Joe Boakai got fired by Tobo, he got fired by Doe, he got fired by Sawyer, he got fired by Ellen. Because Eddie did not trust him. Listen to him again, folks. Tom and Joe, what happened? The battery low? The man battery getting low. Go ahead, Joe. Speak. The battery getting very mean now.
It's not always because...
I know the person was wrong with the battery or not. I mean, you got to make sure you have the battery with the battery here, man.
You stole or something. But the president reserved the discretion, so I was not fired for any other reason but political. And
he said he will not fire, but then he said he will not fire for any reason but political reason. The man cannot meet expectation. Isn't the same firing came from the Liberian people in 2017 for political reason? Yes, the Liberian people in 2017 fired Joe Boakai for political reason. What other reason? Because he underperformed. Why did Doe, who did? Because Joe Boakai was a political appointee. Joe Boakai was a political appointee. When a government appoints you, that is a political appointment. Joe Boakai got fired by Tobo due to poor performance. That was a political firing for poor performance. Samuel Kanyonto fired Joe Boakai from our Ministry of Agriculture as well, because he was appointed as a political appointee, he got fired. Amos Sawyer fired him based on poor performance, another political appointment. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf neglected him. Technically, she fired him because she never promoted him because he was not fit. Political decision. The Liberian people rejected him. How? Because our country called for democratic political electoral process. Joe Boakai got fired again over there. So where can Joe Boakai tell you guys that he did not got fired? He got fired everywhere. You're the younger generation, you fired him in 2017 for poor performance. You're for poor performance. And then he want to come here and want to come tell you, say, oh, that he did. Joe Boakai is not a political material. He's not a political material. He is a mere political servant. That is, you saying somewhere to go take care of things. He is unelectable. He cannot be elected because he's a poor performer. So let's go back to here again. I just want to show you that point. That the man got fired so many times and the Liberian people fired him. Look, when you look at the young people in here, let's come to the other young people in here quickly here, right? Listen to the young people in here. Listen. Go ahead, my young man. Speak.
Age, when you are old, you don't say that to be young again. No. When you old, you old. Until you get going on the ground.
Yeah, you need to rest.
The second problem now we work out. The squander opportunity for the past 12 years.
12 years, the man squandered opportunity. 12 years. 12 years, he squandered opportunity. The Liberian people know this thing. All it takes is to remind them again. What did I say? Remind them again. But some of your brother there on a different platform, they fucked up. And that was giving Joe Boakai the reason to can't tolerate this. Go ahead, talk about it. I know what about it in the other video.
The bank say, all right, every month we take 200. And the president come and reduce our salary to $300. How are you going to pay that loan?
So what did you and Ellen do? What did you and Ellen do? You see, those who support Joseph Boakai, they should be asking themselves, Joe Boakai, when you go on that platform, do you think you're making sense even to yourself before the Liberian people? You talk about salary harmonization. You guys were there paying Tato McLean and $30,000 lawmaker and minister, they were making all the exorbitant money. You didn't call anything. So when you talk about the government trimming salary, oh, I got it. I made a mistake. Joe Boakai was in for B salary. Oh my God. I forgot. Joe Boakai was the one who preferred B salary. My bad. I take it back. I don't need to analyze the thing. So when Joe Boakai cannot explain about why the people trim the salary, but when they want to say, oh, you're going to the bank, you're making plenty money, because Joe Boakai them were in favor of big salary. So there's no comparison you can bring, because Joe Boakai bring a comparison, like the late child Walker Bronsky said, you are getting millions of dollars in your office outside of other budget. So when Joe Boakai said the cost salary down, actually he mad about that, because that was not his policy. Joe Boakai policy was to keep the people poor and increase the lawmaker salary, including himself. So that's why it is. So when the government or Joe, we are trying to trim the salary and say, look, I got to pardon the fee here. Joe Boakai was trying to do something different. That is why when Joe Boakai speaks, he does not give leg for leg comparison. Because what Joe Boakai should be saying, the we are administration level out the salary. Guess what we did with ours? X, Y, and Z. But Joe cannot come out to say all those things. So how do you guys believe in these guys, folks? I mean, when you go on a different platform, are they really giving you any kind of logical, rational, quantitative understanding of the politics in Liberia? Are they giving you guys the reality of the politics? Or are they giving you guys the entertainment of the policy, of the politics? Because here we are trying to give you a empirical side-by-side comparison. It's just a Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. Which product do you like? Which product do you like? Coca-Cola come with red and a little bit of white. Pepsi come with blue, majority with some little red. The taste is different. You see the comparison, right? This man been in office for 12 years. He cannot articulate any policy. The good thing he's doing is earmarking and listing what we has done. But he's not countering those things that we has done by giving real, existing life example that he and Ellen put together. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. So all you hear Joe Boakai talking about everything is just putting him more on. You see, when people got no idea, they throw blame. Joe Boakai does not have any idea. That's why you get blame everything. Let's listen to him again. They call him Mr. Blaine. Joe Boakai, a.k.a. CCTV, a.k.a. Mr. Blaine. Let's listen to Mr. Blaine.
How are you going to pay? How are you going to pay? This is a harmless move, and these are the kind of harmless people who want to remove. Don't take them for fun, because if you take them for fun, you're doing it to yourself.
And what did you and Eddie take for serious? What did you and Eddie take for serious? What did you guys take for serious? When you say, for every time Joe Boakai criticized the government, he should be able to give his side. If the government did number 2, let him say how much they did in that number 2. You said the money they put for fun. But why did you guys take for serious? I mean, come on, guys. These things are just simple logic. Simple logic. Don't take the government for fun. Okay, but what did you guys take for serious? Salary harmonization, you got nothing to prove.
When you are hurt, we are hurt. Because most of the people don't go to them. They come to us. Because when the big people build their houses, put their fences, you can't get there.
Oh yeah?
They go to...
Oh yeah? So same when building houses with fence came about. Joe Boakai want to tell me that he doesn't have a fence around your house? Somebody please go to Joe Boakai house and take a picture. Or do a drone. Let somebody drone fly over and take a picture. You see Joseph Keleku who are like a fence around your house. Then you want to talk about it. Joseph Boakai, you see the lie Joe Boakai can lie? Does anyone Or is there anyone watching me right now, or will watch this show later, want to tell me that the statement that Joe Boakai just made, that the being fence around the house, are you telling me that Joe Boakai does not have fence around his house? I mean, how can they lie be, folks? How can they lie be? Can somebody tell me whether Joe Boakai does not have fence around his house? Somebody please tell me, folks. Today is holiday. Let's make the holiday a successful one. I hope you guys are enjoying your holiday. I'm taking all my time to break down Joe Boakai incompetence, his misleading information, and his inability to say anything. By the way, all the talking Joe Boakai been talking so far, did you hear Joe Boakai mentioning Ellie's name as to what both of them combined did? Have you heard them? Have you heard it from him? So the question again is, why Joe Boakai is not running on Ellie's record? Why he not citing example? But why he not even example? Why he not giving facts? Because right now it's nothing about example right now. He said he giving facts about the we are government, so he should be giving facts about what he and Ellen did. The tangible, the landmark they put in place. So it's not going to be about example here. I take that word back. What is Joe Boakai real life example in terms of their policy has done for the people of Liberia? And why he's not mentioning Ellen's name? Like, for example, Ellen and I did this. We are administration is not doing. We as Ellen, we as the Unity Party, during our time we did this. Joe Boakai has not mentioned Ellen.
The people who feel sorry for them. We don't want people to feel sorry for you. We want people to respect you. Respect you by what you do. We give you professions. You can work, get paid, and your children.
So we will. But what have you done? This man you're looking at, they call Joe Boakai. I want you to remember one thing. He was in power for 12 years. He's not stranger to you. He bragged about 45 years of individual performance, which is yet to be verified. But many of you guys saw him with Ellen for 12 years. So what is he coming for? We will. Joe Boakai should be looking at his record and saying to people, look what we did. Look what we did. And look how he has been destroyed. He cannot say those things. And the guys that supporting him, they know that. They know that. The men of Fagon. I really feel sorry for Fagon. I really feel, there will be no book or no story that anybody would tell or Eugene Fagon. Because Fagon know very well that what Boakai is saying is nothing but lies. But because Fagon himself does not even have self-esteem in himself, he would rather swallow his self-esteem and support lies. Fagon know that Joe Boakai did not do anything. Until Fagon, let me tell you guys one thing. The only way I will listen to Eugene Fagon got to come back on air and say everything that I said when I was serving as deputy minister for yada 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 under the George Weah administration. When I used to say George Weah thing was facts and the opposition was fiction, I lied to you. Then I would believe Fagon. That way I would believe Fagon. Fagon is yet to make that open confession to many of you guys. So the non-fiction that he presented from the opposition, that the one he's supporting today. The facts that he presented on behalf of the government, that the one he ran away from. Then you expect me to go listen to that kind of man? No. He's not a man of integrity. He's not a man of commitment. He's not a man that believes in what he sees, what he talk about. If Fagon can lie to y'all and say nothing was done by George Weah, but he could not even articulate the hospital that George Weah built. Let me share something with you guys personally here. I know there are times that many people will say, oh, nothing much going on in the country. I got it. I understand that. Everywhere is challenge. But this story, at least it will give you some little wiggle room to say something. That 14 military hospital, I spoke to a good friend of mine. He worked at the Ministry of Transport. We were just having a conversation outside of politics. And as we were having a conversation, he was talking about one of our old buddy. And the first thing that came to my mind, he said, and they took him to the 14 military hospital for treatment. And I'm like, 14 military hospital. I didn't go far to discuss anything different. But the fact that he mentioned 14 military hospital, and I'm asking myself, okay, but people say the hospital here is not doing anything these days. But this guy is telling me 14 military hospital. And he said, and the man got treated there. I was like, I didn't expand on that. I just absorbed that. So when somebody that Fagon cannot articulate and saying that nothing was done, after saying that, oh, the fact here is 14 military hospital is being built, this, and then he come back now and want to turn the government around. He got no confidence in me. I cannot hire Fagon. If Fagon come to my place of work right now, I can't hire him. Because whatever training you provide to Fagon, you go turn around and go sue you and say you didn't train me. Because you know America is country of law. And there will be lawyers out there that want to take his case. Because he will intentionally go ahead himself, and then he will say, oh, I didn't get no training. And there are lawyers out there that will come and start to battle up with our legal team to give Fagon money. That is the kind of race he is. Because a man who you saw did not do nothing while he was serving as deputy minister under the administration. And he got fired. And then he come to the side that he criticized. He didn't even go to Comiso. He didn't go to Tewo. The Boakai man that he said all sort of nasty thing about. That's the main platform he's saying now. But I got a very good news for him, and it's not a very good news. You think Boakai trust Eugene Fagon? Wait until Boakai lose the election. Fagon gonna find another platform again. This is just Fagon 5.0. Fagon 5.0, Fagon 5.1, 5.2 will come. Right now, Costa is still contemplating on a Costa 5.2 for Boakai because you're done with 5.1 already. Let me progress here, folks.
We say, yeah, our daddy has come, our mother has come. If you don't do that, come October 10, you're cheating yourself. You're not cheating me. You're cheating yourself. They can divide you the money today, but how long will that money go? When they give you money here, they give you money to people up.
So let me ask you the question here now. How Joseph Boakai know they can divide money? How does he know they can divide money? You got to be educated on something by doing it too, right? You think that 12 years Joseph Boakai didn't spend well in divide money? Joseph Boakai is part of the divide. Let me tell you one thing about Joseph Boakai. The reason I'm asking the question is because I know who Joseph Boakai is. Joseph Boakai told Henry Costa in 2017, the early part of 2017, that he and his brother took a sick baby goat and tricked a fooder man for money business. And it's from that background that I'm telling you that Joseph Boakai, when he talk about they can give people money, he is the first that said it. Joseph Boakai is corrupt. He's a crook. So don't let Joseph Boakai lie to you, tell you, say, oh, I'm not corrupt. No. What he did to that man, he corrupt that man. Let's listen here more.
Country. So we are saying to you, we want those votes. Let those votes show and obligate us, and we'll prove to you that what they're telling you, that this is your life, is not your life. That this country can be better. This country can provide for everybody. We are in agriculture, we can provide food. Nobody in this country has been in agriculture that knows it better than I am here. And so, I want to say to you Liberians, this is the last chance you have to rescue yourself. And we are here to help you rescue yourself. What we're here for, the rescue mission, is to give you hope, to say to you, put confidence in us. And in no time, you will see that your children are going to good schools, We're not going to allow any child from the elementary to the 12th grade to be in the street selling candy and things. Be in school. Go to school. Government will pay the teachers. We want good classrooms that our children will sit and be proud. We want competition.
He lying over there. That my line he been taking from over the street. You remember the time when I talk about the central message? That's our line he not steal. That's our line Joseph Boakai not steal over there. And he not presenting the good. Remember the last time we talked about for every political message, there should be the problem you identify, the solution, and where you want to take the country. Joseph Boakai is trying to steal our line from the show. But he's representing it in the wrong way. And yes, how? He's talking about schools. We're going to do this. But now you should know what Joseph Boakai should be saying now, right? But now you should know what Joseph Boakai should be saying right now. When Joseph Boakai is talking about school, he should be telling the people out there, during our time, Ellen and myself, y'all saw how good the school system was, right? Why are you not saying that? But he presented himself as if to say that he's a new candidate on the block. Let's go back small here. Let's listen to Joseph Boakai again. Let's go back small. Let's go back small and listen to Joseph Boakai here.
In elementary to the 12th grade, to be in the street selling candy. Child from the elementary to the 12th grade. Give you hope to say to you, put confidence in us. And in no time you will see that your children are going to good schools. We're not going to allow any child from the...
When Joseph Boakai keep telling you that we thing, have you ever heard the phrase, since we became something successful? This man is campaigning. Instead of him telling you, all right, that my administration, instead he's saying we. Who are the we? Who are the we? This is where I have problem with him. That's the number one problem I got with him. Where is the we coming from? He's not going to sit in a chair with somebody else. He is trying to sit in a chair by himself. And then he tells you, we're going to do this. You see, when Joe Boakai using the we, he trying to bring in the Ellen government poor performance or humiliation, but he bringing it in a different way to say we. But what he should actually be saying is, we, during the Unity Party government administration, we screw things up. Instead, he taking the we and leaving the screw up and saying, we will do this. But we are saying on the platform, take us back to Ellen time, 12 years, what you did for the education system. So let's listen to him speak on the issue of education. We should be expecting him to tell us about he and Ellen record and performance on the issue of education and how it was so good, better than what we are doing. That is the expectation that we need to hear from Joe Boakai here. Let's listen here.
In elementary to the 12th grade, to be in the street selling candy and things. Be in school. Go to school. Government will pay the teachers. We want good classrooms that our children will sit and be proud. We want competition.
There's a man who was serving as former vice president. He's telling us he want good classroom. So when he and Ellen were there, what did they do about the classroom? What did they do about the paying the teachers? I mean, come on, man. Guys, come on, let's be realistic here. This man ran with Ellen. They were there for 12 years, and he telling you something. I have to say that, look, you guys listen to me right now, should be the one saying these things. Not a man who been there for 12 years. I mean, imagine Joe Boakai. I mean, imagine Joe Biden is telling the American people, after he and Obama was there for 8 years, oh, we need to get this. The American people said, but hold on here. I mean, why aren't you running on the main record? Why aren't you running on the main record? Why aren't you running on the main record? You were there for 8 years. And then you want to come to us and say that, oh, Children will not be in the street. Children not be. No, you were there. The only thing that were at your expense to improve. You never did. Joe Boakai want you to understand that he never served in any position. He's trying to run away from Ellen Record. He cannot run away from Ellen Record, folks. Joe Boakai cannot run away from Ellen Record. He owns that record. And he must defend it. But it cannot be defended because it's a bad record. It is a record that let him down, that got him to take another defeat. That means how many defeat he got? He got fired by Doe twice. No, he got fired by Turbo, he got fired by Doe, he got fired by Sawyer, he got fired by Ellen. He broke down Star Radio. The Liberia fired him 7 rows. The guy got fired. Joe Boakai got fired 7 times in Liberia. Will the Liberia do the coming time? Well, that would be a record now. But from what we're giving you here, it's up to you to decide. It's up to you to decide. But in my opinion, they may not fail to do anything. Joe Boakai cannot even arrange a trip from his living room to a bathroom. He cannot arrange a trip from his living room to a bathroom. That's how messed up he is. He's not telling you what he and Ellen did. Anytime Joe Boakai speaks, please, the only thing, if you don't take anything from me here, let Joe Boakai tell you guys what he and Ellen did to beat your weird record. Let's try to move on here and listen to what Mr. Weir has said himself, and then we'll call it a day. All right? So let's go and get a video on Mr. Weir and hear what Mr. Weir says so that way we can go home. All right? So let's go in there and find Mr. Weir record here quickly. Find one of Mr. Weir message. Okay? Let's find one of Mr. Weir messages here and see what we can do about it here. Let's bring the one in here. Let's bring the one in here. Let me see here. Let's bring the one in here. Let me see here. Where is he? It should be right around here. Let's see here. Okay. Let's do this one here. This one right here. Let's do the one. It's loading up for you.
If you want development in this place, you know when I think of the place, everybody say, oh, they're doing a war, everybody not can yet. But guess what? There is no more war. You decide to settle here. Bring people that are responsible to develop you. Bring people that are responsible. And I tell you, Josephine is responsible. She's responsible. And she will help you. She will help you because she got connection with the government. Do not elect anyone that can. You see me, I listen to opinion, but at the same time, I listen to my intuition. And because of my intuitions, I do the things that I'm doing. I know people advise me that if you build a road now, it will not be okay. Wait again for a second time. No. Let us do it now. So tomorrow we can do something else. You understand? So I listen. I listen to everybody that work with me. But you see, I also dialogue with them and say, no, everything has time. If we're in a position now to do this, let us do it. Maybe tomorrow something will happen. You see the the military hospital? Remember when I was trying to build the military hospital? There were a lot of opinions. Everybody, they may not get sense. You look at the man. How you want to put hospital to that multi-place, how they call it? Do you know that in the war, around the war, that people put homes in the middle of the sea? Then the place that have land is saying that, oh, a more than water? Which one can tell land? Which one can tell development? But people get homes in the water. If they can put homes in the water, what about mud? He can't build that kind of hospital. But you see, when I tell you say I'm a prophet, you'll say, oh no. You know what I'm saying there? You know what I'm saying there? Because when I've been in the hospital, they were just talking, you know, 999, but guess what? As soon as the hospital finished, Corona came. And that hospital saved all of the ministers that will have Corona that went in there and save our people. So you see, I will come to you and say I'm a prophet. But you see, I will not come to lie to you because God in heaven is watching. Everything I do, I have the fear of God. All of y'all that come to me, even though we get government school, and you don't want to go come to private school, you're coming to me. I do these things there because somebody did it for me. Remember, I was a hustler, going around from one place to another place. You understand? It's in the same position you're in, and I'm the president. So every opportunity you see today, I'm doing it because I felt that way before. So it's not the college. So today I'm telling you, first time voter that we are sharing, fellow Liberian, even if you are opposition here, you know that these children that left us, they left us, and today they're asking you to move us so they can come back. They cannot come back here because they got nothing to do. They have nothing to do. What we our father Boakai, what Boakai will do for this country. Boakai have never developed himself in the 40 years that he worked in government. So how can a man develop you? He's not a successful man. He's not successful. So you cannot be successful with him because he doesn't know success story. He doesn't know success story. Point 9, asking for the 40 years that he worked in government, he was minister, agriculture minister, FPRC director. Ask him what he achieved. Even in the 12 years as vice president, what is the achievement? And then when I say that, when I was senator of Mosurado County, I built a road. Yes, Lockington Road.
You know, somebody there wrote that I'm campaigning for CDC. No, I'm not actually campaigning for CDC. What I'm presenting here is the facts. It's the facts. And the Liberian people will decide. You listen to me describing how Joe Boakai cannot articulate what he has achieved. And you out there, you are able to articulate what you have achieved. Now, when you listen to the president saying that Joe Boakai does not have a success story, just how you listen to the ladies then that will show you that said that Joe Boakai been in power for 40 years, for this other year, for the other term in office, and cannot show anything, the president himself is adding that onto his campaign message. That if you ask this man, that's all I'm saying here. The CDC people, I mean, we are not in any kind of relationship to say, oh, everything. You know, when I come on the platform here, the president does wrong, I say it here. And that's how I'm going to be in this election. If the president said the right thing, I will reference that. He just said something here that we've been articulating, and that's why I decided to bring the video. You ask Joe Boakai, what has he achieved for the past 45 years he been in there? And you guys should be asking Joe Boakai that question because Joe Boakai, even after the 12 years, he is unable to tell you guys what he and Ellie achieved. The president did not add that one there, but I will add it there. Let's forget, because the president went squarely after his 45-year record, LPMC, LPRC, Agriculture Ministry. What did he achieve? Nothing. No success story. Now, as vice president, you listen to him in Washington, D.C., having the interview that he and Ellie then together today, we. Now, whatever happened to that we, nothing he can allude to, nothing he can articulate when he's talking about Joshua. But Mr. We are telling you that this is the thing that I had done. But you go ask him. And the man, when he comes to talk, he don't bring his part of success story. This person is saying it. So that's what I'm saying here. That's what I'm saying, my bro. All right? That's what I'm saying.
Conway Road. Who better is the Mosurado County legislator. The senators, I was the
yeah, my picking LRB guy, you understand it will be very tough because most of the guys, them, I mean, with all due respect to them, LRB guy, most of the guys, some of them, they, God give everybody a gift, LRB guy, you got your gift that is very distinct from me. I got my gift that is distinct from you. These guys who running the president platform, they don't have the analytic skill that some of us have to really break things down. We all know due respect to them, yes, all right? Nothing, but we had done it in the past, all right? We campaigned for this president right here. I campaigned for him to be who he is today. They didn't give us anything, that's fine, but that will not stop us from informing the Liberian people, to be honest with you guys, yes. From informing the Liberian people, we will not do that, all right? We will not do that. So all we'll do here is to present the analytics here. So let's continue and listen to the president as we wind down things today.
Chief, and I said, we'll build a road, we'll build the markets there. We build those things. So when I say the on Facebook say, well, how come the mayor not the president? No, I was not president, but I was a caucus chair. Every money that we take from the government, we take that money, and I'll tell you the truth, we go to our section, we sit down, we argue. I said,
so you hear the president defending what he did in the past. That's what Joe Boakai is unable to do. He's telling you when he was senator, what did he do? He don't have to save the whole world, but what did he participate in? That's what Joe Boakai can do. I don't know why it's so difficult for Joe Boakai to tell us what he did at LPMC as head of that agency, what he did at the Ministry of Agriculture at that location. What did he do? He cannot. Now the president is saying this thing here. And that's the comparison I'm looking for. That's what my platform is all about, to provide information. Because the guy that on the platform, when they're talking about Joe Boakai, and Joe Boakai cannot talk for himself, that is a recipe for a disaster that is waiting to happen, because the man is not able to explain for himself. The man cannot tell you what's wrong with him medically, when we know that he's a medical liability. All right? So you listen to the president here. People may be, but he explained what he did. And anybody with an open mouth say, yes, you sure that what you did? Yes, this is what I did. All right, let's read it and get our record out of here. That's what he cannot do. Joe Boakai cannot do those things.
money if not go to Liberia, but not go nowhere. And that's how we build all these things. And then I can boast of it, and you tell me that how he boasting that he didn't want to build a road. Yes, I built a road in Lockington. I faced that place in Corwell. I faced that place. And Sir Joseph.
Now you think if the way the president talking like this, if Joe Boakai, who you saw in that interview, that came down to Washington, D.C. from Africa and signed for that $257 million and say we're going for road infrastructure, how can Joe Boakai cannot come and say, look, Mr. President, George Bia, this is what we did, me and Ellen. That's why I'm asking the question, why Joe Boakai is not running on Ellen record? Why he not referencing here Ellen about the things? You hear the president saying the road are going to the place. So the president is specifically telling you guys what he has done. What about Joe Boakai? Why Joe Boakai can say for the past 12 years, this is what we did? Why? And that's the question I'm asking here. And that's why I'm saying that Joe Boakai is just another incompetent guy who cannot articulate. So when you listen to the women then that you saw that said, let Joe Boakai go, he been in power for the 2 years, he has not done anything, we can see it. That is the reality. And that's the fight I'm bringing here. I see my man Sonny Boy say he will vote for Joe Boakai. Yeah, Sonny Boy is one thing to vote, but not all votes are created equal, Sonny Boy. So you can say on the platform here, we will vote for Joe Boakai. You have voted for Joe Boakai in the past. He did not be president. I'm not going to be worried about when you come back again and say, we will vote for Joe Boakai. You can get out in another platform, but not on the logical platform here. So you can say all day that we'll vote for Joe Boakai, we'll vote for Joe Boakai. People can vote every time. But when the vote translate to something that will give Joe Boakai the victory, that's where you guys are limited at, my brother. So you can say all you want to say here, as long people will not finish the rating and say you run on the rating, I'll go get new rating, that's fine. But I'm going to worry myself about that, because if you say you're going to vote for Joe Boakai before, you're voting for Joe Boakai, and you're nothing happy. So I'm not going to worry about that, son, but you are entitled to say what you want to say, all right? So it's one thing to say we'll vote for Joe Boakai. It's another thing to say we will vote to make Joe Boakai president. And don't come in my word now, because you just like I was sending some cash out here. Don't say that again. Continue to say we'll vote for Joe Boakai. Don't go there and say we'll vote for Joe Boakai to win. If I see you writing that something about, you owe me money. All right. Let's wrap it up, folks. Let's wrap it up. Somebody, my man, though.
He's the senator, you know.
He's my man.
He was your honor of pedestal. He saw that everything was there, and that's why you are doing the best. So I'm not somebody new. You know, somebody tell you say, oh, the town with Coca-Cola, I brought Coca-Cola in Basel. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No. I don't enjoy the one yet. Y'all know I don't enjoy the one yet. Y'all know I don't enjoy the one yet, folks. This one can get me to laugh. So let's hold on the president down there. Let me hold on the president. Once the president bring the Coca-Cola business in here now, then I want to Babiata now. So let me just please myself a little bit. When my boy McCarthy don't say Jimmy don't enjoy Aaron Wilson. This other one, this is the one I don't enjoy too. Alright? This one right here, I don't enjoy the one here. So let me just please myself. Alright, a little bit. Let me please myself. Listen to this one here now. My battery correct, my battery not weak. My battery is correct. So listen to my battery.
Shall we address Mr. Lester?
Yes, some people talk about, just a Coca-Cola factory. Coca-Cola factory is right on the other end. Those that every day making more, saying I work with Coca-Cola. And I work with Coca-Cola. You work with Coca-Cola. You think the Liberia invent the chemical to mix chemical? Mixing chemical. I can mix Coca-Cola. I can make my own Coca-Cola. But they boast on the only thing they do to be on the board of Coca-Cola and the boasting. But to be on board of Coca-Cola, I can be on board of anything. I work with FIFA. You understand? But now, being on the boat, if you're on the boat and Coca-Cola is close in Liberia, and you're a Liberian, then you're not serious. Do you know how Coca-Cola came back to this country? Those are posting that were on their boat and what have you, they were there and they allowed Coca-Cola to close and leave. Today, the Coca-Cola that the soft drink that you're drinking, you know how it came to this country? It was through my instrumentality.
There you go. There you go. So, Victoria Mitchell, you fell short of your comment. You said, why CDC don't talk about comments? And just in that time, the president already came and beat you to the curve because he just mentioned about Coca-Cola. So, Victoria, I don't know why the president was reading your mind, but he just beat you to the curve.
You gave up that the Basel school? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
you think our leadership that they put water in bottle and shake it? Are you kidding me? We talking about the economy to build the economy in terms of Coca-Cola? Are you serious?
The president got a joke. I tell you guys right now. That is the joke from our generation. We call that one voking. That's what we call it. We call that one voking. Yeah, call it voking. So I'm enjoying this one here, folks. It's holiday for us here. And I'm home, I'm enjoying myself. I enjoy the one here to my soul. If I tell you I enjoy the one here, you joking. You joking. Alright, let's go back again. Let's go. When the president beating on Joe, the president knows Joe Boakai is me adversary. So when you finish beating on Joe Boakai, okay, let me just shake the people up small with comments there, so comment is just like the president therapy to release some of the energy he got to please the people, at least to keep them awake. So let's listen.
Being the 12 years as vice president, what is the achievement? And then when I say that, when I was senator Moswara County, I built a road. Yes, Lockington Road, Corway Road. Who built it? It's the Moswara County legislature. The senator, I was the chief, and I said, we'll build a road, we'll build the markets there. We build those things. So when I say the unfair boss say, well, how come the mayor not the president? No, I was not president, but I was a caucus chair. Every money that we take from the government, we take that money, and I'll tell you the truth, we go to a section, we sit down, we argue. I said the money is not going to Liberia, but not going nowhere. And that's how we pay all these things. And then I can boast of it, and you tell me that how he boasting that he didn't want to build a road. Yes, I built a road in Lockington. I faced that place in Corway. I faced that place. And Sir Joseph is the senator, that he came, he was your honor of pedestal. He saw that everything was there, and that's why you are doing the best. So I'm not somebody new. You don't say somebody tell you say, oh, the town with Coca-Cola.
So let me say this. This is where it came from, right? Let me say this. And if the president is truly watching this show, I believe when he mentioned about people boasting here, I know in his mind it just clicked. Because remember the clip we just played, he talked about other people boasting. So I think when he said, he used the word boasting, I think that issue of coming just came straight to his mind, straight. Okay, when I finish with the other line with Boakai, then I will come to the boasting. And this is where we say, we say in the game, if the game got only 1 minute left in the game, just 1 minute left in the game, and then the team is leading, and then the team that is leading is in possession of the football, well, when they hit the ball, they that is the part now that President Weah will use for coming now. So the actual message is finished now. It's time for the so let's listen to the una. Because this is a holiday, let's enjoy ourselves, folks.
Coca-Cola, the town of Coca-Cola, I brought Coca-Cola in Basso. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You get Coca-Cola to Basso school? Are you kidding me? You think our leadership that to put water in bottle and shake it? Are you kidding me? We're talking about the economy, to build the economy, you're talking about Coca-Cola? Are you serious? But you see, why they can't tell you?
Enough now. No, enough. We might likely come out in the evening, but enough. I think I got my point down, like what the president message. But with the committee now, enough. Time out. So I'll be signing off, guys. We'll be back here again to bring the facts, all right? To bring the facts. So time out for now, all right? Time out. So I have to go. I have to go. You know, I often tell people, I say, if I'm sick in bed and I cannot move, the moment I hear about that Coca-Cola thing there, if I don't get out again, you can say to yourself, something actually wrong with Germany for you. Because no matter where I am, why I hear about that Coca-Cola. So I see you guys later, man. You have yourself a very good day. I got other stuff to do here. So I see you guys. Hopefully this evening we'll be back here again. But I want to appreciate you guys for everything you guys continue to do on the platform. I appreciate you guys. All right. We got the message. Just to summarize everything, Boakai need to present any record to the people of Liberia. We know that record. He was defeated. Yes. He was defeated. Yes. He was defeated. So Boakai was defeated. He was defeated because in 2017, yes, in 2017, he was defeated based on his poor performance. He and Ellen did not do too well. He got defeated. So there's no way that he can come back and want to separate himself from Ellen record. It's not going to work. And that is why Boakai will always take to the platform to just talk about things as if to say that he never participated in any government. But that is not true. Boakai works with Ellen. He works with Ellen, yes. He worked with Ellen, and he did not do anything, yes. He did not do anything. So he screwed up, all right? He screwed up. So I'd like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys, all right? I see one of my good friends here, all right? I don't know, but yeah, this is one of my good friends. See, guys, we're going big now. We are going big. This is one of my good old friends, all right? That Gaga name, that's one of my good old friends. So I think he's watching me on Facebook. So y'all thank you for subscribing. And we're making headways here. And more you say will grow here. But again, we would like to say thank you to Sedition for coming in today. We had a very good conversation here. All right. I'm trying to meet most of my friends now from far and near. So I'd like to say thank you guys very much for the opportunity. We'll be back here this evening. And we'll be very late this evening. But nevertheless, you are welcome to be here. Take with you everything you learn here. Go and sit down on the other platform then. And when you see the guy there articulating the issue, it will become very laughable to you because the issue they're pushing does not have any, does not have any substance behind it. It doesn't have any substance behind it. All right? So until then, God bless you guys. I see you guys. Take care. Jay Randy is out of here. Thanks to every one of you guys for tuning in. We are here to provide information that will help you make an informed decision. Until then, God bless you guys. See you guys around. Thanks to every one of you guys. God bless you guys.